Hey YouTube, Dawson Ryder here. Welcome to my review for Power Rangers issue 9. So much like Mighty Morphin issue 9, this was kind of more of a stepping stone issue. Nothing huge or revolutionary, but it gave us some good moments and scenes. So the Rangers are taking back the refugees to the sanctuary planet from the Morphin Masters, and there's all kinds of unrest there because, if you remember, that race of people they saved was previously a conquering race. So the people that are currently there have problems with it, especially this guy, Birdbrain, I forget his name, and he wants revenge, and he puts on this armor, and he's like, well, due to our code, blood must be spilled as part of revenge. And Zach defends them, and he said, look, I know what they did was awful, it's inexcusable, but they're here because they're refugees just like you were, and they have a chance to start anew. And then he does like a technicality thing where he like cuts Zach's cheek, and he's like, okay, blood was spilled, because Zach effectively offers himself up as sacrifice. But it was some really interesting stuff. I like that they tackled that. Again, it's stuff the show would probably gloss over, but it's a complicated issue, and I thought it was interesting to talk about that, both in terms of the refugees from before and the refugees of the evil race, and then Zach as well, who I think has had a lot of strong moments. Meanwhile, you have Trini, who's trying to initiate contact with the Yellow emissary by channeling her power through like the stone red emissary as like a beacon, and Draken's trying to train her with it, and she's not having success at first. And then Draken's off looking at the vault, and he's talking to Jason about like, well, hey, what's gonna happen to me when this is done? Are you gonna let me go because I've redeemed myself? And he's like, no, I'm sending you back to Zordon. I'm like, you know what? Send it back somewhere else, anywhere but Zordon. I'm mad at Zordon right now. Not me. That was me talking, not Jason. I did bring up an interesting point. I'm really curious to see what happens with Draken. You know, I have very mixed thoughts on what's going to happen with him, both in this arc and in the future. I imagine because of his popularity, and we've brought him back as a regular character now, he's just going to be sticking around probably as a regular character for the foreseeable future in the next arc and beyond. But I'm not sure what I want them to do, because I'm against a Draken redemption story, like a full redemption, because Tommy is the Draken redemption story. That would defeat the point. So, but I don't necessarily want to see a mustache-twirling, cliche betrayal at the end of all this. I think the most happy medium would be, I'd like to see him ultimately play a helpful and good role in the defeat of the Imperials or whatever they have to defeat, but then make off on his own with some sort of plan. You know, that's what I imagine would happen, and that's what I would rather see. Like somewhere in the middle, like not even quite an anti-hero, just, you know, a villain that has layers, like an ogre. So I'm not sure, but they basically propose a fight to see whoever wins if Draken gets let go. I don't know whether if they fight next issue, if he would be let go before the threat. I imagine it'd be after the threat, but I don't know. We'll see. Interesting stuff there, but I have mixed thoughts on what I want to see happen with Draken, both in this arc and the future, but we'll talk about that more down the road. But eventually, Trini does wind up making brief contact with the Yellow emissary, but the Yellow emissary doesn't want them to find him because they bring like destruction or something, and it was very ominous, and we saw him flashing back and forth between a few of the forms again, and so it was a little bit of a teaser into what's next. And then I'm not sure, maybe I'll have to I should probably reread it, but there was some sort of story about the alien tiger being mistreated by some kids and it ran off. I'm not sure what that's going to tie into, but yeah, this was overall a solid issue. I would give it a 3. I thought the stuff with Trini was really good, the stuff with Draken and Jason was really good, and the stuff with Zach was really good. I would say it was more of a character-driven issue with some solid little tease-up for the future. But what did you guys think of this issue? Let me know in the comments as always. Until next time, don't forget, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell so you know when I get my videos. Dawson Ryder, signing out.